Oh. Well, you guys are putting way too much hope in.
I have to collect. I'm thinking about taking the Matt route and just teaching them to be Twitch chat. Because that's fucking hilarious, but then I feel like I can't have... We can't open chat with like the football conversation like we did today.
It's not Funny Friday. That applies in Dotto's chat, though. That's different. But you guys seem to stick to that rule.
Not even close to funny. We couldn't be further away from Funny Friday chat.
Dotto's not even live. What is she talking about? Okay. Like, are people just not listening? Like, I don't understand. Am I speaking a different fucking language? Like, I don't. You know what? I'm not. I'm going back to Animal Crossing.
It's Deaf Monday.
I'm going back. It's Deaf Mondays apparently. Y'all motherfuckers cannot listen. Holy shit. I was like, did you not just hear what I said? No, you're okay, Majin. I know.
See, it's not just me that yells at you guys for being dumb.
She's speaking cinnamon British. See, that was also mid-rhyme. I expect better.
Look, man, I just edited that video and I recorded twice today. I'm already used.
This Rhymestyle.
I'm already used up on my creativity.
He's definitely at 145% capacity right now. He's overloaded.
Yeah.
Jokeless Mondays.
Well, wait, hold on. I know what I can do. Hold on.
You ever hooked a car battery up to get jumped and then hooked the cables on the wrong way?
Hold on. I know exactly what to do here. Just give me a second. I have to deafen.
That's Rhyme's brain.
Hold on.
No, you don't die doing that. The battery fries and blows up and shit. Yeah, no.
Calling me, and I'm actually gonna ignore it, so it's fine.
No, that's actually someone in chat pointed out. It's your country accent they have a hard time understanding.
He's calling me on my cell phone right now, and I'm like dead ass not going to answer.
No, fucking stiff arm him into the ground.
Yeah, I'd be like, man, some fucking loser is calling me on my cell phone right now. Holy shit, please leave me alone.
He's gonna come back and you're gonna be super upset you didn't pick up.
He knows what it is.
I have a question I want to ask you, but I know the second I start, he's gonna come back. Okay, here I go. All right, chat, we're gonna do this. Okay, so this is not to put you on the spot or anything, and any answer's fine. But
I don't like this.
No. It was about the test. I
had to call one of my friends for the jokes. Also, I was gonna leave a voicemail, but the voice inbox was full, so I just yeah. So I have nothing today.
Good. Yeah. Next time you call me on my cell phone, just know I will ignore it.
What if I'm dying?
You better. Same thing I told my aunt, dude. You better call somebody else.
What if I get abducted by aliens and they give me exactly one phone call and they say, "All right, you can call anybody." And I'm like, I know exactly who to call.
Listen, I've always been an advocate for this, and I said the same thing when I used to be really busy. And like my aunt called me one day. She goes, "I would never call you if I was in an emergency," and I was like, "You shouldn't." Of anybody who's like in the family that is not busy, why on earth would you call the busiest person? That makes no sense.
Okay.
Don't call me.
Counterpoint. Now you're jobless.
Okay, but listen. Here's the thing.
I don't want to answer.
Still don't call me.
Here's the thing. I never call anybody. So if you get a phone call from me, Thunder will tell you it's very, very important. I've called Thunder like twice in his life.
I don't think you've ever called me. Yeah.
Right.
You didn't answer.
Right now,
you didn't answer.
Right
and
now,
the two times I called you was for Val. It was important. I had to say a funny joke and I needed a joke.
All right, call me again.
Hold on, I have to make a phone call. Quick, 1 second.
Yeah, this guy's so busy.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
He's really busy.
He's calling people. He just loves being on the phone. Then are you getting a phone call?
No, I'm not.
This is extra funny then. I don't know.
Oh, actually, I'm getting one, but I'm kind of busy right now. I'm playing Animal Crossing, so, you know, they can just wait. I'll call back later.
Okay. So, you brought up a good point. I don't know if we were on stream or off stream. That I feel like doing this with like one or two other people would be the move. If you want, I can wait on this. To just whenever. Because I put off doing it for 6 months already.
Yeah, so basically, if I'm ever dying, don't call Cinna is what I learned today.
He was busy.
Yeah, again,
and the worst part is...
I cannot reiterate enough how much I'm an advocate for that. Like,
listen,
I feel
here's
like
the worst part.
that is in some way an insult to me. And I need to make it so clear that it is not. Do not call me.
Here's the worst part. Her voice box, her inbox is full. So if I were my last, like I'm getting kidnapped, right? And the kidnapper's like, all right, you get one phone call, bro.
Why the fuck would kidnappers do that?
listen,
And
it's my
also,
hypothetical.
why would you call me? Like that is my question to you.
They're gonna be like, here. In fact, we'll give you the address to where we're kidnapping you to. Just tell whoever, and I call her up. She doesn't answer. I'm like, bet I'll leave a voicemail. Voicemail full. I look at my kidnapper in the eye and say, can I get one more call? My friend didn't answer. They're just gonna laugh at me, and that's the last you ever hear me.
As your
Then
close friend,
here's the worst part.
As your close friend, I am giving you the courtesy, the doctor's note of telling you, okay, you should never call me in the event of never.
Here's the worst part. After I get murdered by these kidnappers, Cinna will get canceled because she has to tweet at me and say rip bozo.
Okay, but you already just verbally gave permission for me to do so.
Yeah, but you know people don't look at these clips.
All right, well, I'm gonna get canceled regardless if I help you. So fuck you. I'm not gonna help you. What? Like what? Even if I have your address, you still somehow die. I still get canceled. That's a lose-lose for me. So either way,
well, make sure I don't die. Easy peasy. She is Batman.
Cinna would say rip bozo.
Literally, when my aunt said this to me, I could not believe it. She was like, well, that was back when I was still working my job and everything. She called me at 2 p.m. and I didn't answer because I was in a meeting. And then she goes, I would never call you if I was dying. And I'm like, you should call an ambulance or 911 or anybody else. You should not call me. Do not call me. Like, I'm likely doing something and I will not answer. And so I always call back. In the event, now you know this.
I'm about to randomly get in a car accident and I'll have like enough energy to make one phone call. Instead of calling 911, I'll call Cinna.
Okay, and I hope
she doesn't answer.
I hope your whole chat literally goes, or your whole chat, if you're live or whatever you're doing.
Spit it out.
I hope literally they turn around and they're like, yeah, you're fucking stupid because she told you to not call her. Don't call me.
Someone in chat said Cinna might actually show up to the kidnap location just to kill Rhyme herself.
Yeah, honestly, if he texted me and be like, didn't I fucking tell you to not call me? Now I had to come all the way out here and then I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. I'd be so pissed.
Well, at least he showed up in that situation still. So I appreciate that.
I swear to God.
Mental health.
Rhyme's tied up in a trunk somewhere, and he just hears a door slam and Cinna go, where the fuck is he? Where's this little bitch? Where's this little bitch?
You know you're to help him. No, I'm here to help y'all.
Yeah, dude, I will help you take him out. I'm over it. Beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, TSRP's still live. It's about to do the 1.0 reset.
Later.
Get the fuck out of here.
Later.
Oh.
Okay. Cinna, did you hear my question?
Yes. We should save it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, 'cause I'm not funny enough to take that quiz now, but I'm down to do it tomorrow.
Okay.
If you are.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to do it solo or something else, that was fine too, because I can do it solo. It's no biggie. I don't know if it's gonna be that funny. I think it's like genuinely gonna be engaging, but but yeah, if you wanted to 2-man it, I'd be down.
I'm not in the mental headspace to be engaged right now.
Right, you're on Animal Crossing.
Like
it makes sense.
You know? Yeah. Oh.
We got the joke, Cinna. I just want you to know everybody got the joke.
Okay. Well, I said get it anyway, just to double check. So.
Am I right?
Am I right or am I right?
Oh God.
Okay, Dion, can I get it? Whoa.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I apologize. I regret to inform you, but no. I'm sorry.
Never get a Lamau.
You can. You gotta earn it, and that didn't cut it.
Then there's this joke Bo Burnham does, and every time you say get it, or anybody says get it, it makes me think of this. And if I can find a clip.
Show me.
Well, I want to find just the part. If I can find, there's only one compilation video on it, and it's not even. Hold on, I found it.
God, I'm getting a lot of mileage out of using fucking explosion jokes.
So, guys, this
fucking video. Whatever. Somebody will LOL.
Proud or something. So, joke. Proud or or for the people, maybe the older people in the crowd or something. So,
nice.
Thank you all for coming.
Okay. Cinna
Yes.
and or Dion. Tell me when you're at 1 minute and 41 seconds.
I am there.
This is gonna be an or Dion situation, not an and Dion situation, because I be focused on this edit.
No, that's good.
Do what you gotta do. All right, ready, Thunder?
All right. On 3.
Huh?
1, 2, 3.
I know some of my bits are a little bit fast and dense, a little bit hard to follow, particularly that one. So I want to do something a little bit slower for the people.
The group goes, get it? Am I right? That's immediately where my brain goes every time.
I love that. God, I love that set. That was a good. But we're doing some good stuff.
Hey, Lotus.
Connor is doing mining. Let's go.
Are you going to make it? How are you not on crack yet? You've been unemployed for like weeks.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been going to bed at a reasonable hour.
What are you doing yawning at
the hay?
Yawning at 11?
I might hit the hay at like 12, dude.
Oh my god.
I know. I've been feeling pretty great recently. I've been getting good sleep. Well, sort of.
Dotto's not coming back tonight either. I can't listen to you guys be lunatics.
He's definitely asleep. He was ready for bed earlier. There's no way.
He died at 5 p.m. He might as well have been dead at 5 p.m.
That man was so sleepy.
Dad, you want to hear what I didn't do? I didn't grind off on Shao Garden like I should have, so that's not ready yet. Or we would stream that. I'm ignoring that first time chatter because it's just a weird message. Yeah, more is on the way. I'm not done with that. I do want to finish that before Arceus because I'm pretty sure we're 1 to 2 streams, 2 streams maximum away of being done with that.
Thunderstream, let's go.
To grind it nowhere else. Sab, thank you for the... Oh my god, I've had a sub button for at least 84 months. Thank you for the 84-month sub. Ever played Deceit? The name sounds familiar, but I've never played it. Did I grind on stream? Yeah, but that's lame. Why would I do something as boring as playing a video game when I could sit here and talk? Use brain. Stream Racer? Cinna, were you doing Stream Racer or was that M?
That was me.
The Stream Racer was good, right?
Free? Yeah, it's free. Took like nothing to download, and it was a really funny game. Chat just fucking explodes half the time on the map if they donate bits. And the car racing is always ridiculous.
Later, Curry. Sorry the Bengals are going to get blown the fuck out next week. I'd like to see the Udyr gameplay. I've been playing, but I haven't been playing Udyr. He's getting reworked. We might play League tonight. So I can get out of bronze. I'm like 4 games away from getting out of bronze. 7 years. If I've had a sub button for 7 years, I've been streaming for 8. What was I saying? Oh, I've been playing Ornn in Jack's jungle. Jack's to let me split push, and Ornn when we need magic damage in a tank, or if I have a Yasuo on my team. That's just hilarious. Talk your shit about the Chiefs win? I didn't talk a lot of shit. I said I don't think Josh Allen played quite as well as everyone gave him credit for, and it wasn't the Bills' defense fault. Overtime was, but it was more on the coaching staff.
This game doesn't have any dorky OST to use. Everything's like intense fucking action, drama, film, trailer music.
You allowed to use OST from a different game?
I think I can, but I'm already like this far in with just this OST, and I don't want to have to download anything new.
Fair enough. Ever tried Trundle? I used to be a Trundle main. Back when I played top instead of jungle, I mained Trundle. Trundle was a split push monster, and I loved it. I actually stopped playing him because I couldn't split push God with him anymore because they took his Q bite away. It did new damage to towers, but then they gave it back to him at some point. So if I did go top again, it'd probably be him and Nasus. A cool squad game would be Move or Die. What is that? I get the concept from the title, but like... Kindred? I think I'm good enough to play Kindred. MF Dumb Kid came in what feels like 20 minutes late with the chant, she's speaking cinnamon British. His name is MF Dumb Kid. I can't even be mad.
He's from my chat. And yes, that is like 20 minutes late. But good, champ. I'm glad you caught up.
That's just mobile delay, Thunder? Yeah, you're right. He's watching the stream on a Nokia. Chat, this part of the playlist sucks. At least you're a Carolina Panthers fan. Been rough being 0-2 on Super Bowls. You really should have won that 1 year with Cam. Cam deserved that. The referees did that thing where they throw the game really early on. To where you get, like, your team gets down like 14 or 17 points early, and then they start calling the game fair, but everyone's already demoralized. Happened to the Chiefs last year. What do you call a happy cowboy? A jolly rancher. I didn't like that one. Want the Cardinals to win anything? They look like they're gonna be good. They should have been good this year. They were for a little while. Later, Blue fans. Who's winning the Super Bowl? I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan, and I genuinely do believe they'll win it. I think it'll be the Chiefs or the Rams. A Cincinnati 49ers Super Bowl would be the weirdest shit ever, but I'd kind of be here for that. If Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl, I kind of want to see that happen. And by weird, I mean those are two of the worst teams to make the playoffs, and it would be fucking hilarious if they made it to the Super Bowl. I hope Rams win TBH. That's cool. You can get banned, though. I agree. I think Bills Chiefs was the Super Bowl. I don't think any game is going to top that in terms of entertainment or in terms of the skill level happening right there. Chiefs defense in particular was bad. Bills coaching staff made a few errors that weren't very pretty. But other than that, I mean, the offense is just some fucking flawless offense out there. I was rooting Bills. Does me being happy upset you guys? Is that what this is? Is that the relationship we have? I just want everyone to have fun out there. yeah. I just hope all the NFL teams in the playoffs I hope those guys have fun. That's what it's really about. I had Rams Chiefs at the beginning of the year. I think a lot of people had Rams Chiefs at the beginning of the year, and then the Chiefs fell off. And then the Rams fell off, and then the Chiefs bounced back, and then the Rams bounced back. Like, literally just a couple weeks ago, the Rams bounced back. And now they're both fucking ballers. Real talk, Panthers got to trade McCaffrey. All right, hear me out. Next season, Christian McCaffrey in Chiefs gear. I had Packers Chiefs. I think last year and this year we were hoping for a Super Bowl I rematch. That'd be tight.
Okay.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
World of Tanks.
Aaron Rodgers immunized himself from the Super Bowl.
Sponsored video. Uh, Pending approval.
1 minute. 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 1 min
It's finally done.
Nice, Dion. You've actually been doing this for like 6 hours.
Yep. 4 perspectives. A lot of footage to go through. A game that I haven't edited before, obviously. So it's the recipe for a long fucking edit session. That's what people don't understand, man. People like, I mean, I think most people get it by now, especially people who are like in your chat. But for people who don't think this is like a real job, like Thunder said, I've been sitting here for 6 hours just editing a video. And
Chat,
that's just the editing.
Dion's been in here editing like the entire second half of the day at least. He was in here. I heard him working on it. I like left. I ate. I came back. I left. I showered. I came back. I watched some, football and stuff. I've been in and out of the Discord all day, and Dion has been in here almost every time, just editing away.
This the life. This the life we life. I can't even speak anymore. This is the life we live. Which is why I'm going to start throwing more editors into the equation. Holy shit. Heyo, Zabian. If you happen to be here.
Baby.
Zabi. My boy.
Yeah, Drac, we were trying to figure out Memphis' problem the other day because he hasn't been able to sub here in like a week, and we can't gift him subs, and he can't sub himself, and switching browsers doesn't work, and going to desktop doesn't work. It's just he cannot sub. I kind of wonder if I bugged Ateric about it, if Ateric would look into it just to see. It's weird. I don't know if he has that kind of access. He's staff, but like...
I think it'd be cool. You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that quiet. I'll tell you later. Just cause I don't need your chatting on about my, this is NDA stuff, bro. Not actual NDA. It's just, I ain't trying to tell nobody right now.
Why not cut down on the editing? I will say just a tiny bit, and that the video Dion's editing has multiple people's perspectives.
Yep.
And he's getting
transitioning,
all of them.
Yep, transitioning between 4 different perspectives of the same thing. And, music, spiffy sound effects, zooms, layering, all that other bullshit. And, just making it an entertaining video.
We did that already, Billy. Sorry.
Just for this to be a video not too many people probably watch, but, we gonna see.
I think Mahomes matched up against the Rams defense. I think the Buffalo Bills have the best defense in the league, and Mahomes put up 40 on them. Our offense is not the problem.
All right. God, I didn't even eat dinner. Fuck. Do I eat dinner or do I not eat dinner?
Chat, he didn't even eat dinner.
I didn't even realize, because when you just now said that 6 hours had passed, I was like, I thought you were just exaggerating. Then I looked at the time, I was like, oh shit.
No, because I remember when you started, you're like, yeah, it's gonna take me like 3 hours probably. And then...
Yep, I underestimated it. And what sucks is I'm going to hear this from my wife. I'm doing all this work. She's going to be like, damn, you was in your office all day. I'm going to be like, bro, I was working, editing, working hard, man.
Ha, you're working hard. Why'd you say it like that?
Because that's me speaking with tears in my eyes. Please. I was in here grinding. I was grinding a video that's about to get 16 views max.
Chat, don't sit-o starving yourself.
All right.
If anything, you would keck wiggle that.
Let's send this in.
Mahomes is one of my favorite to watch, but goddamn, his brother and wife are cringe. I'm gonna say this. I said this last stream. I'm gonna say this again. People in Kansas City area, do not hear about weird stuff that Jackson Mahomes and Patty's wife do. Because nobody cares. Like, they watch Patrick play football, and if something weird goes on, it's like, oh, fuck him, who cares? And they throw it out. But a bunch of other fans of other football teams who are consistently beaten and fucking ass blasted by the Chiefs, and they're looking for something to be mad about, find these and they share them like wildfire. They just fucking spread that shit. And they're like, oh my god, can you believe it? But when people come to me, they're like, oh my god, Jackson Mahomes and his wife are so cringe. I've never heard of like almost every story people tell about him. Like, it just never made it to my ear. Air for dinner. Stop, chat, please stop dancing to not eating dinner. Chat, please stop dancing to not eating.
World of Tanks.
I went to high school in Did he go to high school in Texas too? I know that's where he went to college at.
I had to give up my Lakers tickets.
They're just looking for attention. Well, the haters will find it and give it to him, I guess. I did see Jackson Mahomes tweet it out last night after the game ended. Time to break some tables. I laughed at that. Photosynthesis.
Bro, I wish I could photosynthesize. I can't even speak. I need photosynthesis to speak.
You would finally merge. You would become one with the plants, Dion.
Exactly, bro.
I
mean, it's funny because it's a joke, but at the same time, humans actually, in a way, photosynthesize. Like, that's how we get vitamin D. So, like, you got to get in the sun, and it does a lot of good shit for you. So anyway,
Built
get out
your
there,
feet.
photosynthesize.
Cat, that's vegan level 5. It's only been achieved twice before.
But due to my location, you know, my distance from the equator, I don't get enough vitamin D from the sun at this time of the year.
Aren't you still in... Oh, I guess this time of year. I was like, aren't you still in Colorado?
Yeah,
Just go to the top of the mountain, Dion. You're up there.
that is true. You do be closer to the sun. I'm closer to dot. I'm closer to God. I can't speak right now. I'm fucking in.
Jackson dancing on Sean Taylor's memorial. I'm going to say this again. Jackson and then a bunch of Washington football team fans who were at the game also confirmed this. He was literally told to go stand on that logo. Him and whoever he was with said, where are we waiting at? Because like the stadium staff is like supposed to give them a spot, and they said, where are we waiting at? And the staff pointed them directly and said, go stand over right here. That whole stadium was decked out with logos for him because it was Memorial game. God rest him. But that whole stadium was decked out for him. His number and logo was literally everywhere. And Jackson was literally told to go stand on him. So that's the one I hear a lot of people bring up, and that is the one that I would say is 100% not his fault. I don't know what all the kids done, because like I said, I don't hear most of the stories, but I heard that one, and then it was immediately debunked that it was anything of like that he had fucked up on. Oh yeah, Dion, have you had KFC's vegan yet?
I haven't, not yet, because again, when I was vegan level 3, I might have, but I'm vegan level 5 now, so
No longer fast food.
yeah, just you know, I'm beyond the urge for like the meat substitutes, I guess.
Gotcha. Wait, you don't even do like Beyond anymore, or anything like
Not
that?
anymore. Not any. I mean, like if I'm out, like if we're at like a restaurant, like that's on the menu, and I'm not just gonna eat French fries, so yeah, I'll get it. But I don't like. It's not like a staple. It's not something that I just eat, you know. Like I don't get it from the grocery store and stuff.
What do a lot of your meals look like now? Do you have like a main vegan meal that you do?
I eat a lot of beans, eat a lot of rice, eat a lot of stir fry. Well, by stir fry, I mean like, you know, peppers and, you know, green, like a lot of Mexican dishes, a lot of Indian dishes. I make my own chips at home now, dude. It's actually pretty cool, dude. Just use the air fryer, cut up some tortillas, bro. You make your own chips. Make my own salsa. Potatoes are obviously a big staple. And again, when I say these words, you know, if I just say potatoes, that could be turned into like 6 different types of dishes depending on how they're made.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It varies. Pasta, a lot of pasta. Yeah, and same when I say rice. It could be Asian food. It could be Mexican food.
Do you ever feel like
Indian food.
Do you ever feel like you're just overloading on carbs?
No, not at all. And then obviously a bunch of fruits and veggies and stuff like that. Again, that this is now, like, if you would ask me this question, like, I don't know, even like a year or two ago, I would have said, like, just take any meat item that you can think of, and I would just eat the fucking vegan version of it. So, fucking vegan chicken nuggets, vegan fucking burgers, vegan this and that. And that's why, even as a vegan, just, you know, despite or contrary to popular belief, you know, some people think vegans can't get big or fat or whatever. I put on a lot of weight. Like, I consistently, since I've been vegan, have weighed way more than I did.
Yeah, that's why I asked the carbs
before I
question,
was
because I was
vegan.
like, a lot of the food you were throwing, I was like, man, I would end up eating like a lot of pasta or some
Well,
shit.
yeah, that stuff doesn't, because I don't eat pasta that much. That was just, you know, occasionally. I would say majority of the time it's like like some variation of beans or lentils will be in my dish somewhere, or maybe like a tofu or something. So some type of, and tofu is technically beans too. It's edamame beans, but yeah, some type of fucking beans is in my like every dish almost. And then yeah, pasta is just more like occasional sort of thing. And there's different types of carbs. Like, for example, fruits have a lot of carbs, but you can't take fruits at face value for their carbs because they also have a lot of fiber, and fiber is really important to process those carbs. So you're not like putting on a lot of weight because fruits and vegetables help kind of regulate the natural processes of your digestion and stuff like that. So you're gonna clean out your system more thoroughly than you would, you know, if you're just eating like bread carbs, for example. I don't eat a lot of bread carbs, which is a lot of carbs and not as much fiber. So there's a big difference. It's not, you can't just look at the carbs. You have to look at like the other micro and macronutrients that kind of go along with it. I'm a real big nerd when it comes to this shit. So.
No, yeah, I was genuinely curious, so that helped a lot.
Because carbs aren't bad. They're just bad if they're. It depends on what kind of carbs. It's similar to calories almost. Like 100 calories of fucking. This is just an example of like fucking spinach is a lot of fucking food, but it's not gonna be as like taxing on your body as like 100 calories of, I don't know, some
M&Ms.
wheats or M&Ms or fucking something else. Yeah, it just is cereal a no-go for vegans? No, there's a lot of cereal. Oh yeah, every breakfast I be having oatmeal and shit. But yeah, regular cereal, yeah, you can have like cinnamon toast crunch and shit.
They use skim milk, chat.
No, not skim milk, soy milk.
Soy milk, my fault.
Yeah, soy milk, almond milk, cashew milk.
Almond milk, that's the big one.
Oat milk. There's a lot of people who aren't vegan who prefer non-dairy milks. Like, it's pretty common now.
Apparently, some people
like,
call it a mutation, other people call it an evolution, but humans initially couldn't or weren't supposed to be able to continue drinking milk beyond the age of like 4. You're supposed to grow out of it.
Yeah, think about it. Fucking, people their whole lives are drinking hormonal fluid from a different species breast. It does not make sense. Cows don't drink human breast milk. Why the fuck would a human drink something that's designed to make a 50-pound calf turn into a 2,000-pound cow within the span of 2 years? Like, it just does not make any sense. But it's you know, it was something that I guess throughout evolution, when food was scarce and shit was cold, that people
Dairy cow gets you a long way, yeah.
Yeah, yep. So, and then it just never went away.
My brother isn't vegan, but he makes fun of me for drinking milk like one, and he swears by almond milk.
Every time I see his ass, he'd be like, "Old milk drinking ass."
I didn't know this till I played Yakuza, but apparently that's an insult in Japan.
Your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because it was the same for me way before I was vegan. I was because I didn't turn vegan until, let me see, I turned vegan in 2017, I think. So what, 5 years ago almost now? So I was 21 when I turned vegan. But yeah, even back when I was like 15, 16 years old, I already switched off of dairy milk. I just didn't like the taste. It wasn't like for health or anything like that. I preferred like vanilla almond milk or even soy milk. It was just me. I mean, I wasn't like, hey, you need to stop doing this. Dairy
Yeah,
milk
well-
it tastes too, like, for lack of better terms, and this is just, I don't know, like I haven't drank it in a long time, but it felt too, like, almost mucusy, which sounds disgusting, but
Heavy,
it was like
thick, whatever. Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
it's like, and then like the aftertaste, it leaves like a coating in your like mouth, and it wasn't as like smooth.
Yeah, well, literally, like if you have allergies or anything, any gunk going on there, dairy makes it 100 times worse.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
My mom.
Apparently, there's a statistic: I think over 60% of people are lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
And not everyone knows it, but like it's some crazy statistic.
because there's different layers. Like some people get like royally fucked up, and other people like
It's just minor, and they barely notice. Yeah.
they barely notice it, or maybe they do notice it, but drinking milk is so normalized it doesn't cross their mind that it's milk that's fucking them up. My mom was like that until a couple years ago. She finally switched off and started getting almond milk or something, and she's like, it turns out it was the milk, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm not one of the lactose intolerant people. I can down a fucking thing of milk, but
Do you still eat any animal products like cheese? No, that's what being
no,
vegan is.
the entire veganism is not
Yeah.
eating animal products.
No animal products. So that includes cheese, that includes eggs, that includes a lot of things that used to be staples in my life and are staples in a lot of people's lives. But cut
Do
that shit
vegans
out.
have cheese substitutes? Like good cheese substitutes? Like if you ordered a pizza, could you do that?
Cheese? Yes. Yeah. Well, yes, there's a lot. So I always tell people this because they might try a fucking cheese substitute and be like, oh, this tastes like shit. But there's like so many different brands now, and there's so many more coming out. Like it feels like every few months I go to the store and there's like new selections because people are trying to get in on it or something. But yeah, there's a lot of different brands. Some are better than others. I think the closest is this brand called Violife. I think they have the closest vegan cheese to regular cheese. And then there's some that are cheese, like it's almost like when you drink a grape soda, it doesn't taste anything like grapes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is for some of those vegan cheeses, where it's like, okay, I see why this is cheese flavor, but this isn't what cheese tastes like. So there's a lot of different brands. There's like Daya.
Gotcha. Well, I know
Violife.
M posted a picture. She got a pizza the other
All over
night. She
heart.
posted a picture of it in here, and there was
Yeah.
like it was spinach leaves on it, and there was cheese, and it was a lot of fucking bread. But
Mhm.
I was like, how did
Yeah.
they do the cheese thing? 'Cause I don't know I don't know how far vegan cheese technology had come along. They look like they have meat figured out
It's
pretty
come
well.
a lot, even since because I've since for like 5 years, like when I first started, I couldn't find any like really good vegan cheese alternative. There was like they weren't bad, but they weren't like good. It wasn't like this tastes just like cheese. Whereas they kind of like knocked it down for a lot of other things. But now I would say there's a few good options that are pretty solid, and there's a lot of restaurants that actually have them available. Like there's a local pizza joint that sells like, regular pizza too, like, non-vegan pizza, but they also have like a whole vegan menu with like their vegan cheese, and some people can even make it in-house.
Memphis, are you sucking on cow titty? Am I reading this right?
Bro, his name is Memphis.
You drinking
That's what-
non-pasteurized
that's what-
out here? Like, what are we?
That's what they do. They just lay under the cow and start slurping on the fucking udders. All right, so this is uploaded. Share. Anyone with link? Boom, boom.
When I used to stomach CC's pizza, I actually really liked their vegetarian pizza. Probably was just hot garbage looking back at it, but it's something I remembered.
That is another thing, and I gotta point that out too, is don't assume that something that's vegan is healthy because it's vegan. There is a lot of unhealthy fucking vegan food that are like super processed, which is part of the reason why I don't like fuck with Beyond Meat anymore, or like Impossible Burgers and shit like that. Tastes good, obviously, but still like super processed, made in a lab, and
Yeah. So that was the part that fucked me up, because this is like a few years back. Toasty got some like Beyond Frozen burgers or something that he cooked himself.
like
So
the sodium was like crazy.
yeah, he made it and he was eating it, and I was like, I think it was like, what's the nutrition look like? And he read it off, and the calories and like all the stats were almost identical to this, if not even more than these burgers I had bought
The
from the
regular
store.
like beef burger. Yeah.
They
so
were frozen and they had like cheese pre-put into them and shit like
the,
that. And I was
the
yeah.
only difference is they have no cholesterol. So like if somebody was dealing with like some heart issues and shit like that, then they might, you know, be trying to lower their cholesterol. So no cholesterol, but again, very processed, and sodium's not necessarily, or too much sodium at least, is not super good for the heart either. So you're not going to be doing very well if you're eating just a bunch of Beyond Burgers every day. So you give and you take. Like they do have like less fat, they have less, I think they have a little less calories, but again, they are more processed. But and that's another thing. A lot of beef, like yeah, I know there's some like grass-fed beef and like unique cases, but for the most part, if you look in the ingredients of even just like a beef burger, unless you get it like, you know, super fresh, but if it's like in the frozen section, a lot of time they have a bunch of preservatives and shit in there as well. So yeah, my point is you can like, and I brought that up because of the cheeses. Like there's a lot of unhealthy fucking vegan cheeses and stuff like that. So
There's got to be
basically,
like
there's a lot of people who went vegan specifically for the animals, so they don't give a fuck about the health aspect as much. I did it. I think I do it for both. Well, for all reasons now, but like when I first did it, it was because of a health scare that like I was kind of like pushed into trying it, and then I just ended up liking it. But yeah, there's a difference. Like there's people who are vegan for the animals and they'll eat the junk food, they'll do whatever because all they care about is, I guess, the animal aspect. But man, I'm trying to get everything out of this shit, so I'm gonna be healthy too. Shit.
a lot of that would be like, I don't know, when you have your plant burger, you don't have like the whole point of beef or whatever. It's got the fats are already in there, and that's the part that like that's a lot of the flavor comes out of the fat. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I didn't say zero fat, just less fat.
Yeah.
There's definitely fat in the Beyond Burgers. Like,
Yeah,
100%. There's a bunch of oils which are fat. Yeah, there's a lot of fat.
Well, I guess I'm talking about like if you look at a steak, you can literally see the strip of fat where the flavor comes from. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That is one thing. I don't think there's like it's not like a vegan steak.
that'd be really hard to pull off. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm sure there is. I don't think I've tried it. Maybe they would use like tempeh, which is a tempeh or a seitan, which is those are both like wheat. No, not tempeh, but seitan is like a wheat meat alternative sort of thing that people use for like bacon and stuff. So if you had a really thick piece of seitan, they might be able to make some iteration. Seitan, I know. It is pronounced just like Satan, but it's spelled like this. I think it's spelled like that. I don't know. I used to say seitan or something, but I started going to like a few fucking vegan restaurants and shit like that, and they all pronounced it seitan. I was like, are y'all sure that's how it's pronounced? Because I felt weird. I'd be like, yeah, I'll get the seitan wings.
J-Straps, what's your situation right now? Are you just like super skinny and trying to put weight on, but not trying to be like, you know, just doing it with bad shit?
My problem is picking the greens to introduce.
Which like I got,
Oh,
and then he said I want to
easy.
gain healthy weight. Now I'm like, all right,
Easy. I got you, bro. All you got to do is mix it with something else. So again, I ain't gonna be up here telling you to go vegan. I don't know what you're trying to do, unless that's what you're trying to do. But even if you just eat fucking steak and chicken or, you know, standard shit, just throw a bunch of greens with it and then just eat it together. So like if you're gonna have like, for example, a bite of steak or chicken or something like that, just in every forkful, you can even make the ratio like 50-50 or even like 60-40. Just get like a bunch of the shit you like, but mix like some spinach in there, just baby spinach cold. I promise you, barely tastes like anything. You're not even gonna notice it as long as like your other food is flavored. Just mix it all together. That's the hack. Like for a long time, the only way I was getting my spinach is if I like stirred it into like some other shit that I really mess with, and it doesn't like alter the flavor too much because spinach doesn't really have much of a flavor at all. It's just pretty like watery. Not watery, but it doesn't taste like anything.
J-Straps, you working out? You're like, I feel like trying to gain weight, and like unless you're like severely underweight, I feel like trying to gain weight if you're not all the way skinny is a toughie.
What do you think of Morningstar? I like their vegan nuggets. Morningstars, I like the taste of all of these things that I may have shat on, and that includes like the meat foods that I used to eat. It's not like I didn't like chicken. That's why when people go vegan, they find the vegan alternative to the chicken, because like it's not like they didn't fuck with the taste, they just didn't fuck with, either, the animal aspect, the environmental, whatever the fuck. But it doesn't mean the taste is, we hate that shit all of a sudden.
When did Cinna leave? She didn't even say bye.
I know.
Rude.
Yeah. Always been an asshole.
She's typing right now. I bet her computer crashed. I bet her computer crashed.
Hasn't said